Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you are seeing, then welcome. So Gen C Beauty recently sent over some of their products along with this cute little drawstring bag here. I have never tried this brand's products before. I have heard of them, but I've never had the opportunity to try their products, so I do thank them very much for sending these my way. I am excited to try them out. Oh, and then there you can see like the bag. It's like a little drawstring bag when it's open. It's really cute. I like the color of it. It's a pretty little... I like that kind of lilac-y color. The first thing they sent over was one of their eyeshadow duos, which comes with their liquid eyeshadow brush. So the shades they sent are the matte liquid eyeshadow in Shroom and a metallic liquid eyeshadow in First Light. Let me show you a couple of swatches here of these. I did swatch everything yesterday when I got these in the mail, but I have not tried anything yet. Oh, and these are called the Mixed Media liquid eyeshadows, by the way. So that is what these two shades look like here. We have the matte and the metallic. Very, very pretty. So for the matte shade, this is Shroom, and then the metallic is called First Light, which I will also show you the applicator. Let me get these swatched onto the back of my hand. And there we have Shroom and First Light, and then they come on an applicator like this in case you've never tried the brand before, like I haven't. But I thought these shades were very, very pretty. So I'm excited to try them out because I have definitely been more into single eyeshadows and stuff like this than I have actual eyeshadow palettes. And then with that is their liquid eyeshadow brush, which is a dual-ended brush, which looks like this. We have like the more fluffier side, and then we have more of a flatter side here. I like dual-ended brushes. I know some people don't because it's harder to store them, but I do like them because I feel like if you're someone that you only want a few brushes but you want them to be able to multitask more, I feel like the double-sided brushes are decent for that. But I understand that they can be a pain to store, but I personally really like them. So now yesterday when I swatched these on the back of my hand, I let them completely dry down, and once they did, when I rubbed my hand over them, they did not budge. They were not moving at all. So I'm hoping that means they will stay like that on the eyes. Now keep in mind, I am not using an eyeshadow primer. The only thing on my lid is a concealer, so just keep that in mind too. If you use an eyeshadow primer, that would also help longevity of your eyeshadows. I just don't personally add that extra step. But I just want to make you aware. So let me zoom you in a little bit here. And let's start with the shade Shroom. I've never tried these before, so this will be a first impressions kind of video. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that because I'd rather start off small and work my way up. And I'm going to take the fluffier side of that brush and blend that in. I probably would really rather use my finger, but I figured I'd try the brush out. Okay, that's blending out pretty well. I'm sorry if my face is turning kind of red. It does definitely look like that on camera. It is really hot in this room. Okay, that blended out very easily. It's a very pretty shade, like a perfect everyday shade. So you definitely don't need a lot because I just applied very little on my lid, and that looks very pretty so far. And the brush works really nicely. You probably could also use, oh gosh, I forgot, gotta tap out that crease there from that concealer. You probably could also use your finger to apply these. I just wanted to use the brush since they did send the brush over. So let me see here. I'm just taking the littlest bit because this shade looks extremely pigmented, like in a swatch. So I just want very little. I don't want too much on my eyelids because I like really, really subtle eyeshadow. Okay, hopefully my face doesn't look so red now. I don't know what was happening earlier, so I'm sorry if you notice a weird cut in the footage. So this time I'm trying to really show you the blending on this side so you can get the full effect of this. Because there might be a weird cut when I was blending out the other side because my face was just turning so red. And it just blends out really, really easily, so that's nice to see. I've heard good things about their liquid eyeshadows. I had just never tried them before. That's very pretty. I do like that. And I feel like it's really easy to work with. It blends out very quickly, at least with the subtle amount that I'm using. Now, I know this is the first time I am applying these, so I definitely want to continue wearing them. I'm hoping I have another maybe 1 or 2 opportunities before this video goes up to continue trying these products out. I will hopefully try to make the effort to do that so I can give you more of a review, because I don't want to just leave you hanging with the first impressions. If I can use them at least once or twice more, and then I can always, of course, update you in the future. I'm going to switch over to a little angled brush. This is an E6 from Colourpop. I'm going to take a little bit of that shroom shade on the back of my hand, just a little dot of that. You can see just right there, just a little dot. And I'm going to take an angled brush so I can go on my under eye area here. I'm going to take that and kind of work that in just a little bit. I did not take much at all. I love the shade of that. That's like the perfect everyday shade, and I feel like it's a beautiful neutral tone. Now, it does look a little bit more cool tone in a swatch, so it does have that cooler undertone, but on me, because my undertone is more warm, these cooler undertones typically end up looking more neutral on me. So do keep that in mind as well if you're curious about these shades, but that is a really pretty shade. So I'm going to take another little tiny dot of that on this angled brush. I just wanted a little bit more precision, so I do like an angled brush for this. You might can also take a little bit on your finger and do this as well. I'm just going in with brushes. It just helps me be a little bit more precise. So these have dried down on the back of my hand, so I just wanted to show you this. See? They are not budging. Now, hopefully they will be like that on the eye, but I also did want to show you that after they dried down. Now, for the metallic, I don't know if I want to apply this straight onto the lid or if I want to apply it on the back of my hand. Okay, you know what? Let's try it first on this side on the actual lid. Now, this one is called First Light. We're going to try it over here like this, and then I might also on the other side try it. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit like that because there again, I don't know how pigmented this is going to be on the eyes. And I'm going to take the flat side of that brush and really work and kind of press and then tap that in. Wow, that's really pretty. That definitely is a subtle when you wear it like that. Now, you probably could really go in full pigment with these if you want to. That's not really my style, but you probably could go in even more. See, that is really, really pretty. I really like the way that looks. It's very just subtle pop on the eyes, but I don't know if you can add any more over the top of that. That might honestly make it have like a weird texture, but why don't we try it out and let's see. If I add just some more, a little bit more, and then go back in with that flat side of that brush and really just tap that in. I'm not swiping, just tapping. Wow, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Yeah, that's very pretty. I don't know, since it works so well that way, I might just apply it straight to the lid again on this side because it does work pretty well. But I am just going to apply a little bit more. I feel like you do have a little bit of time to work. I mean, I still would do one eye at a time, but it does seem to give you a little bit of room to really press that in. Like you don't have to panic right off. But I feel like once they dry down in a swatch, they weren't budging. So I'm hoping they'll be the same way on the eyes as well. Yeah, that's very pretty. I'm going to apply a little bit more just to kind of build it up like I did on the other side. And if that causes any kind of weird texture like later, I will try again, of course, without adding more layers. Just try it with one thin layer, but I just want to see if you can build it up. If you're looking for more pigment. Now, I'm fine with a light layer, but I know some people would really want to build that metallic shade up some, so I just want to see if you can. That's very, very pretty. Okay, now I'm going to take more of that metallic shade. Now this time I'm going to do a teeny dot on my hand, and I'm going to go back into that angle brush and pick some of that up. And we're going to place that on the beginning half of that lower lash line. There again, you probably could just apply it straight from the applicator or using your finger, but I'm just doing this just for a little bit more precision. Now this is more of a subtle because this brush does not pick up that much product, and I'm only going in with the teeniest dot, which is more than enough for my lower lash line. The next thing they sent over is their Cruise Liner Matte Eye Pencil, and this one is in the shade NYC, which is a black shade. This is what that packaging looks like. And we have, I'm going to kind of twist it up some so you can see it a little bit more. I'll twist it back down to show you a swatch of this. And there you can see that right there. Now let me hope for the best for this. I am not always really good at these liners, so I'm hoping this one will not give me a hard time. But I don't also want to judge it based on me because I'm not the best at liner. It's not very smooth over that metallic shade. That could be because I layered it up, but I feel like I'm kind of having to, you know, be a little bit more in that area because it's wanting to stick a little bit. Alright, let me take that angle brush again, see if I can like move it a little bit, like kind of smudge it, because I am more of a smudge kind of person. Because if you've seen me use my Makeup by Mario liner, you'll know that I really like more of a smudge line. I don't really like a defined line. Now, I think I made the line pretty thick, but that's more of a me thing. There was a slight tugging over the metallic eyeshadow. I didn't feel it out here with the matte, but there was a little bit of tugging here. I think that could be because I added 2 layers of the metallic eyeshadow, but I did want to mention that. It does seem to be smudging some, but it's not as forgiving, I feel like, as my Makeup by Mario, so I don't know if you could really smudge this one out the way I can that one, which is one of the reasons why I love that one so much, because it does smudge very easily. This one feels like one that once it's there, it's set. It's not going to be smudgy, or you can't smudge it that much. I mean, it's decent. I would not put it above my Mario liner, though. Alright, let's see if I can attempt to do this on the other side. Also, as far as the slight tugging over the metallic, that could very much be me, a me thing, because I am not the best at liner. So I don't really know how to take that. Now, if you are someone that you like a bold liner, that once it's there, it's set, like it's not gonna like smudge or anything, you might really enjoy this. I like more of a smudgy. I don't really like a defined line like this. That is just more personal preference. That's really nothing against the liner itself. That's just a preference thing. I also don't like black eyeliner. It's just a little too harsh for what I'm looking for. I love a brown. I like a lighter liner. I like a brown. My Makeup by Mario one that I love so much is a brown, and I am more for that than I am a black liner. So, but this is all preference. If you like a black liner that is not really smudgy, it's like going to give you a very defined line, and it's going to stick and it's going to stay put, like it's not going to let you smudge it out much, then you might enjoy this. For me, this would probably be a skip because it's just not my preferred style. But as far as the pigment, it's decent. It's very nice. Like, it is not letting me really smudge it that much. It did let me smooth it out some. Now that's more of a skill thing than anything else, like, you know, me smoothing it over. But it's not really for me, in the sense that it's just not my personal preference. But I think for the right person who knows what they like when it comes to a gel eyeliner, this could be a good one. But just for me, this is a no. This is a little too much eyeliner for me. If I'm going to wear eyeliner, I do prefer a brown and more of a smudged liner, not one that really locks down like this. I want something that lets me smudge it out to look more lived in. I like a lived in liner look. This is definitely like your bold and defined line, which is beautiful, but it's just not my thing. Okay, I went ahead and did some blush and a lip because the final product they sent over is a mascara. So right quick, for the blush, I am wearing the Tower 28 Get Set powder blush, and this one is in Long Beach Iced Tea, which is just really pretty neutral shade of blush. And then for the lip, I am wearing the MPH, let's see if I can get it, okay, if I can see it. Okay, the MPH Overliner Lip Pencil, and this one is in the shade Bittersweet. And over the top of that, I am wearing the Fenty. This is the Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I do like that lip combo. I think that's very pretty. Now, the final thing they sent over is their Spectator Sport Mascara, and this is in a black shade. I'm not sure if they have a brown. I just wanted to mention that it is a black mascara. I love the packaging. I love that pretty pink. It's just so stunning. Of course, pink is my favorite color. So let me show you the wand on this. Now, I know with mascara, this is one of those things that I'm going to have to continue to test out. It does have like a really chunky wand to it. I know some mascaras, it kind of takes some time before you start to see like how they're truly going to be like when they are open for about a week or two. So I will have to keep coming back and providing you with some updates for that. Let me zoom you back in a little bit here. Of course, I will give you updates and everything as I'm continuing to wear it. Now, so far here, I have been off camera for a little bit. So far, is that eyeshadow? Did I get eyeshadow on my brow? Okay. So far, the eyeshadow is looking really pretty. I'm not seeing any kind of creases thus far with that. I feel like it definitely does once it dries down. Yeah, so I'll see how that continues to wear. But let me go ahead and curl my lashes here. This is another reason I do want to try this mascara on its own as well without that thick line of liner right behind it, because I do want to test that out by itself just to see. I feel like you can definitely tell more without the liner, but I wanted to use that too. But this is just a first impressions. I will of course continue to test these products out and see how they go. Alright, let's see how this mascara does. This is quite a large one, so I might end up getting it everywhere. Hopefully not. I try to look down into a mirror, and that sometimes helps me out. Not always though. But the mascara is something that I am not going to be judging that harshly on this first use. I mean, of course you have to continue testing mascara out, but I'm also got that thick liner on, so I want to try this out by itself as well. Okay, so that is one coat, but like I said, it's really hard to tell because that liner is just a little, I put it on a little too thick, but hopefully you can see a difference here. I think it looks pretty nice so far. I do want to try it again without liner. I want to see that by itself, and maybe even less eyeshadow than this, just to really see how it looks. I mean, it does look pretty. From what I can tell, it looks very pretty. It looks like it gives quite a lot of volume. I mean, a little bit of length too, but definitely volume. I'm really seeing that. Of course, did it say? Okay, it just says this is a clean, high-performance mascara that curls, thickens, and lengthens lashes to frame the eyes beautifully. I definitely see that thickness they're talking about. It adds volume. On me, I feel like it adds more volume than length, but I'm also being distracted by the liner, so definitely will continue trying this one out. Okay, so that's the mascara on both sides. Hopefully you can see it. I definitely want to continue using that, you know, to see how it wears. Alright, so that is everything. Let's give a quick little first impressions recap because, like I said, this is the first time I'm wearing any of these products. Let's start with the eyeshadows, Shroom and First Light. I am not seeing any kind of lines thus far. No cracking. I know some liquid eyeshadows can look kind of like they're cracking on your lid a little bit, depending, especially if you layer them. I am not seeing that at all. I didn't notice that. Maybe when I was up close just then with the mascara. I am not seeing anything like that so far. Of course, I will see how they continue to wear. And if they continue to wear like this, then these two are obviously winners. They are both very, very pretty shades. I really like Shroom. I really like that shade. I just think that is the perfect everyday one and done kind of look. Now don't get me wrong, the metallic is pretty too, but I just like this shade right by itself. I feel like it's the perfect shade. On me, it does look more of like a neutral. It does have that cooler undertone to it, but on me, those tend to pull very much in the middle, which I'm perfectly fine with because I just feel like that makes them look a little bit more natural-ish. I mean, you know what I mean. I really like this. So I think, honestly, if I had to pick between the two, at this time, assuming they wear well, because of course things could change as I wear these throughout the day. Right now, I like Shroom more than I do First Light, but I still think this is pretty, but I just really love the tone of this because it is the perfect one and done eyeshadow. And also this type of shade, I wonder if you could use it as bronzer, like cream bronzer, multitask with it. Because if you're not new, you will know that I love to multitask with makeup products, but so far so good with these. I will of course see how they wear today, but if I had to pick between the two of them, I do like Shroom. Something about that shade I really do like, even though it's just a very simple brown. Okay, the next, oh, and the brush, I forgot. The liquid eyeshadow brush, I think it's decent. I think it did the job. It blended out everything really nicely. It packed on the metallic shade really beautifully. I think it's a nice, decent brush. I mean, you know, as with always, now, this is with everything, makeup and everything. Nothing is a necessity. So I always like to say brushes are definitely not a necessity. I feel like you could also apply these with your finger as well. But you can buy the duo that comes with this automatically. That's what they sent to me, so I just wanted to mention it too, because if you're interested in purchasing one of the duos, I think the brush comes with it automatically. So I did want to mention it. It did the job. I do like this fluffier side because I feel like it really diffused out that Shroom shade very easily, but like I said, not a necessity because I feel like you can definitely use your finger and get the same effect, which I do want to try Shroom like that the next time. Well, the metallic as well. Okay, the next thing is the Cruise Liner Eye Pencil. This is not for me personally. It is nothing against the formula or anything. Obviously, I don't know how it's going to wear throughout the day, but I just don't really like that it's, okay, now this is definitely preference. If you're someone that you want a cream gel, I think that's what they would call it, like a cream gel liner, you know what I mean? If you want one that you can apply and it's set, it's not budging, it's not moving, like you can't smudge it out with a brush, then you might really, really enjoy this. But if you're like me and you like more of a lived-in liner look, you want something that's very easy to smudge yourself. I don't mean that it smudges, you know, on its own. I mean that you can take a brush and smudge over it and make it look a little bit more lived in. I don't think you would like this one. That's the only reason why I'm giving it kind of a no for me personally. I love the Makeup by Mario eyeliner I have because once I apply that, I have plenty of time to really smudge it out and give me that very soft definition that I'm looking for. I don't think you can do that with this liner. Once it's on, it's on. It's not, you can't smudge it, you can't do anything with it, at least not from what I'm seeing today. And also, I just typically prefer more of a brown eyeliner. There again, completely personal preference. You know who you are when it comes to liner and whether or not you would enjoy a formula like this. But for me, that would be a no for me. Now, the mascara, honestly, with anything, mascara is one of those that I like to test out for a while before I really give any kind of opinion on it. I mean, right now it looks nice. It definitely gives more volume than it does length, which I'm typically someone that prefers the opposite. I like length over volume because I like a very fluttery little lash. I just like that for every day. I am very much an everyday makeup style kind of person. So I much prefer length over volume, but that's, again, personal preference. However, right now it looks really pretty. It looks pretty. It's holding a curl very, very well. No smudging and flaking yet, but I did just apply it, so we will see how it applies throughout the day. I definitely want to try it again without a liner on, and really without much eyeshadow, because then I feel like you can really see the full effect of a mascara when you don't have much going on the eyes. So of course, I will continue testing these out and seeing if anything changes. I will try to wear these another time or two before this video goes up so I can really tell you maybe a few more thoughts than a first impressions kind of thing. I will have a pinned comment for you below with that information about these and see how they wear throughout the rest of the day, because I've only worn, I mean, this stuff might have been on maybe about an hour, and not even the mascara hasn't even been on an hour yet, but maybe the eyeshadow has, so we shall see. But I do want to thank Gen C again for sending these my way. I really do appreciate it. It's really nice when brands notice smaller creators. I just think that's That's really nice for brands to do that, so I do thank them for these products. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you will please consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't already. And make sure you hit the bell icon so you are alerted to all my future uploads, and follow me on Instagram at jessicadeerly. All these products will be listed and linked for you below, and possibly the YouTube shopping tag feature. I don't know, since this brand is not sold at like Sephora or anything. I'll have to see. But if I do have anything there, all of that will be affiliated, and if you click through and purchase, I do earn a small commission. And if you choose to do so, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!